Here, and here comes the Kraken impact for Terra, who does an incredible job with Kraken impacts, is forced to drive off, does hit a fair amount of them, finds the reset, incredible shot there on the Amazing, allowing the reset to be ready and giving them a ton of space here on the defense to hold up for point one. And let's see the follow-up as they come in heavy. The barrier going to be pulled out as well as Amazing going to get the re-res. Super Gomez trying to get that all charged back at 91%. Kalush, Super Gomez, Amazing, Harvey going to come, bring Venny back, but it's not enough as the entirety of Sentinels are just sweeping everyone.
Sort of 100 Thieves. Hey, TDK again. Opening pick on a Kurova. That's a nice set of the momentum right now for 100 Thieves, who first point kind of got rolled over by a rubber band re-engaged by Sentinels.
Yeah, that's exactly what you needed to see if I'm Sentinels. That early Kraken impact was terrifying, did find value, but the reses, that's all, and they play so well around those reses. Terra gonna find Kurova though, helping put it back in their favor. Ayavaga goes out and finds a bunch as they are gonna collapse. Super Gomez takes out Terra, shove it in to try to find more, does have that already, potentially gonna damage boost it here as Super Gomez pops the Galactic Legend, and here we go with that damage boost. He is gonna be eaten by the Meteor M. Will it be able to read?
Synced with Harvey with his Kraken impact. It shouldn't get as much value, but here's the clobbering time on the front to slow it down, at least to make sure nobody else gets picked. It's just used to kind of peel off Sentinels, who with their aggression, with Crimzo's ultimate, we're trying to find those eliminations, but now we're all tied up right now. 100 Thieves, how do you want to fight this with the Kraken impact? They're close to another Harvey. How is he building him so fast?
Yeah, it is insane. Now let's back up. Kraken impact goes in. Find Super Gomez. Can we see two onto the reset? Yep, make that two. As once again, Terra showcasing how strong he is on this hero. Make that three. Do I see 4 and 5? Yes, I do. As Terra sweeps the entirety.
The funny thing is, everybody's expecting it.
Delena, great shots there on the side of Warlock, retaking the space. Kalush with an Eye of Agamotto again finding value, but we do see the bond down. It doesn't matter. Make that 3 go down. Kalush with 4, returning this right back at him. Kraken impact 2. Out goes that unlimited ammo for Terra. Does allow him to get that Kraken impact back. Will we find the takedown? TTK falls. Amazing takes out Vinny. Crimzo on Terra. The rest is up for TTK, but that's not going to be enough. And they might be able to portal them out here. We'll find out shortly as Amazing takes one. TTK goes down. Crimzo hits 2. An incredible shot there.
So 2 meters. Oh my God, they're barely on, but they have to use these ults now or never.
Yeah, I just remember the cooldown for the teleport is off because they did take that height with it in that last fight before they came through with an insane ulti there for Kalush, and there's a pick there on Kalush from Terra. Terra not with that impact right now, didn't use it in the last fight. Out goes the Meteor M to try to eat some time for Super Gomez. Vinny gonna find one as Amazing goes down, but the res is back. Kurova early popping that res, so the team knew to play aggressive, and right back into the fight comes Amazing. The numbers gonna stay even. Here goes the, wow, that yarn got destroyed in seconds from the rocket. They're not gonna be enough. Good idea from Harvey, but it gets burned out as Terra just trying to get that all back, already at 85%. This could be a game winner if they get it right back now. Magneto coming in with the Meteor M, but it doesn't land. Kalush taking out Vinny. TTK goes down. Harvey. And oh my goodness, forced off the point, and that's going to do it as an insane.
Kalush just held onto that the whole time, and right now Terra is going for an aggressive play on the top left. This surely results, yeah, in him getting picked off. I mean, that was a little too far forward. Didn't get the bubble. And by the way, yeah, no, I think Hella got banned in this series too. We didn't get to see it. TDK picked off again. I mean, this first fight is obviously not going 100 Thieves' way. But regardless, I think, was it Namor probably got banned? I think Hella got
a lot of pressure on it right now. They got almost 3 up, but oh, Vinny with a nice punch there on the Super Gomez. That pick could get res. I guess the res was down. Nothing there just yet. Wow, Gomez does res back up with the res, so those reses will have big impact. It's all about positioning now. They're going to hold that back end, and here we go as we hear the Loki copy, ready to make some sort of play with the Mantis charge, potentially. There it is, the Soul Resurgence, and there's the Eye of Agamotto. Kalush is on a rampage with these now. 2 go down, 3, and there's the res from Delena. Will they be able to collapse and stuff that down as Delena reses them up, but they're still walking backwards, so it's not getting a ton of value as the team needs to team
fight that goes their way.
Yeah, we do see the Q ready for Harvey here. That's 40% damage. And there comes the combo. Likely will be grouped together as we see the sky of the Galactic Legend from Terra. Terra trying to find more value, but that bond just negating all the damage. There's that nice play there by Delena to follow up on the clobbering time. And here comes the res to bring everyone back. That early res will have value as long as Kurova can walk in. It does pick up everyone around his body. And here comes Super Gomez, which we know how strong Gomez can be on this Star-Lord, finding one on Terra. Great early pick. And there's the res right back, though. Terra gonna find himself back in this fight. The numbers looking more so the side of 100 Thieves as Terra comes back in. Delena is weak. The front line is weak. The reset there from Vinny. Well done. And their whole team is holding on to HP as we go in with Crimzo, who does find Terra. A second on Delena. Aramori on TTK. The team is walking them with 15 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure they'll be able to touch.
I'm not sure either. I mean, that was absolutely a schlop. And then Gomez also finds Harvey. Vinny will have the portal, but guess who's here to counter it? Kalush, he's ready to go with the portals. They don't even touch. They don't even get the portal off. Man, that was...
But not going to be enough as he is still trying to get away, but Korova going to find that early pick. That's a nice start there. As the res does go out, though, that BRB is going to be on cooldown now. That is value, but the unlimited ammo on the height there is Terra going to try to build this all. It's already at 91%, 94 now, ready to press that Kraken impact.
Is looking for Super Gomez. Going to be brought back, though, by his own self-res, right, unless that happened earlier. And Sentinels first in control of the point. Korova still over the height. Like you said earlier, he's been a menace up here. Super Gomez also will come back. Made his ultimate come through. And this is, again, another aggressive play. Here comes that Kraken impact on the other side.
Insane bond there. That's going to work out for him with another wild Ayavaga. Connect. Good dash there by Super Gomez. Bond goes out for the opposition. 100 Thieves not able to make it. They have a Crimzo. Gonna find TTK early though. Numbers back in their favor. Good stun there. And here comes Terra. One as Rymazing goes down. Try to make that two on Korova. Yep, down goes Korova. And the reset again as Terra doing what Terra does. Trying to find our Amori, who does get bubbled off. And they do turn that around, buying them even more time on point. 96% on. And they turn that fight around. Incredibly well done by Sentinels, who take map 1.
They're probably going to swap back to the Star-Lord on this next one, man, on Throne Room.
Well done. Set of plays there by Sentinels, who have clearly been practicing against this composition.
Yeah, they really have been. Everybody's low, by the way, early on. Soulbond used to bring it back. Crimson into the sky with the Meteor M. Going aggressive. They want to take the space right now. 100 Thieves, though, disengage it. Coming back into this fight with their own ults.
Yeah, the problem with going through those portal plays out the rip is we do see cooldowns. Kalush going to take out Terra, though. Nice start there as the numbers are back in their favor. Terra's going to res back up, so numbers are even. Ayavaga, an insane play again. Going to get damage boosted to find 2, 3, 4. And oh my, these guys are popping off. Advantage for 100 Thieves. Terra just waiting for that Kraken impact. Maybe seeing some sort of pop-off with Vinny going up with the Meteor M. Do they see value? Unfortunately not. Here comes Terra. Does get one. Resets. Make that 2. Terra again onto the backline. Not able to bubble it this time. There's 3. TTK taking out Rymazing. But do I hear a Korova pop-off res? I do, as he manages to bring 4 back into the fight, but the Kraken is still up. They could follow up. Oh my goodness. Almost getting away with it. Not able to land that Kraken. Delena going to take out Gomez. And they are just battling this back. But at this point, the point is switched over. It's die and reset time, potentially KO and reset, as Delena is still holding on, and the entirety of 100 Thieves does have this point. Super Gomez getting one though, and it's turning back in their favor somehow. Rymazing gonna take SJP Korova on Vinny. What am I looking at as they take this point back again?
If they don't win here.
And Rymazing gonna pop that one more time. The Soul Resurgence gonna fall out. Kalush takes out Vinny. That's an early pick. Aramori on the Delena. Kalush on a TTK. Not able to get that off. Oh my goodness. It is a stomping now. Sentinels are feeling themselves and they are not backing down. The train is rolling and it cannot be stopped as Korova drops Terra and they're back to the spawn door again. They better have teleport up or this is over. At this point, TTK trying to get back to point and the team is gonna try to reset back, but it doesn't look like the portal is up. And that is gonna be a W again for Sentinels.
Yo, we talked. Oh my God, opening pick on Terra early on for this fight.
Yeah, numbers early in their advantage. No, wait, I'm surprised there's not a res. Oh, the res must have came through from Korova. I must have just missed it as they're still holding on. No, Korova's in the back, so they are up slightly on this fight again. Sentinel still managing to push through, even though that pick happened. Kalu's gonna find Delena. Bang, down goes Delena. Numbers still holding on here as there are gonna be no. Oh, the Warlock, it was not on the side of 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves right now. Super Gomez going to take out Terra. SJP following from Crimzo. And man, Sentinels are just not losing any of these fights at this point. The confidence is off the charts, and they're keeping this train rolling back to the spawn door. Kalush, Haymaker for days. Korova going to res back up. Just at this point, keep this space. They can't get through. There is no teleport on the field right now. So it's all about just holding this choke. That early fight being in their favor. It's all about how long we can last here as Harvey is going to get strangling prisoned. Here comes Terra. Kraken impact coming soon at 94%. We do see Crimzo get one. TTK turning that right around and evening out those numbers. Super Goma's going to take out Vinny, and it is once again on the favor and on the side of Sentinels, who are slightly up in this, but Kraken impact is ready. This team is playing on their heels right now, unlike we have ever seen for 100 Thieves, and they do have to figure it out here. 100
Thieves now walking in. Terra, that's the elimination you need to find with SJP's team up. Maybe that'll be enough, but Korova does have that self-res, so he'll come back. Crimzo, meanwhile, pulled, but it's met immediately by these lamps.
Really well done on the bond there to keep Crimzo up, and immediately followed with another set of crystals from Armor.
Raccoon team up.
And here we go. Terra dealing some serious damage. Cracking it back goes up. Strangling prison combination. The Loki crystals popping off, but Terra still finds 1, 2. Keep it going now. Make that 3 and 4 as he chases into Kurova. 4 go down, and he ain't done yet. Make that 5 as Terra
connects onto this back line. That is such a deep ultimate, but it pans out. However, did cost Gomez his life. Can res, however, back into the fight because of Kurova.
Kurova just really good positioning on that, always understanding when that's happening. Just a really strong, insanely strong Warlock. And I don't, I'm surprised to see still allowed in here as they're not running it on the opposition. Kurova dealing a ton of damage again as we talk about. I'm going to be chasing in here onto Terra. Some strong damage. Kaluj going to take out Delena. Kaluj saying, I'm not only a strange player, I can play the thing as well, as they do take map 1.
Woo. Map 1 on Hell's Heaven. It's going to be there to touch, though, so 100 Thieves aren't giving up just yet. Delena also coming through on the top side, forcing more cooldowns out with his very own ultimate.
Yeah, good crystals there, followed up by the Soul Resurgence. Keep the team in. Kaluj going to follow up and immediately take out TTK. The group prison goes out, but the stun to follow up. Kaluj going to shut that down right in its tracks as the team is going to try to res, but they're still holding position. It's all about buying time now. Amazing. Staying in the off angle. Oh my goodness. No way. Taking out Terra through the invisible boundary. So well done. Just the game sense there. Super Gomez going to follow up on Delena, and Sentinel still finding value in these fights when they're down alts. And Amazing just showcasing how strong Mantis can be. There's just so much counter available with all of these ultimate counters here from these strategists.
Gomez into the sky, goes for a very early ult. Kaluj there with the follow-up, and yeah, that's everybody gone. No res, bring them back. But I think, by the way, on that Groot ultimate, as 100 Thieves gets cleaned up like the freaking right now from Vinny.
Yeah, really good call out there. I like the decision as Amazing finds Vinny. Immediately Super Gomez on Terran. Not even utilizing these Qs. They don't need them. But here we go. There might be one now. Amazing. Yep, I did see it coming as Soul Resurgence goes out to keep the team up, but Kaluj is going to just... Can they be stopped? They cannot. Just walking through here as there's a very small chance they're able to touch and trying to find an off angle somehow, but they're forced to use the prison. Gomez gonna get one. Kurova another. Terra trying to work their way back with that Kraken impact, but no, it doesn't matter. Still finding a few. Does get the reset. Kind of working through it, but it doesn't matter when the win goes to Sentinels for game 3. Can they do the sweep to turn this into... Amazing is going to be on the Bucky here. We don't see Amazing on the Bucky as much, but a very strong Bucky player, Ed Namor, and that's a good pull there. Again onto Terra, but Terra is able to escape, dash back, and the fight now being pushed back towards where you may see the first fight normally begin. But unfortunately, since the team did not wipe, there will be no portal play, so that hold early just gonna kind of stagger them a little bit. I guess you can see the downside here as TTK takes out Amazing, and now 100 Thieves are starting to look far more like themselves as Vinny takes out Aramori, takes out Kurova, TTK on Kaluj. Will they be able to hold on in this touch? Yes, they will get the touch in the last second, and instinctively Kurova going to pop that invisible boundary just to keep them on the point. And there's the tackle outside. Well done there by Terra. TTK to follow up on Crimzo and Kaluj. 100 Thieves getting the job done here as TTK finds another Delena on Amazing. Focus on the push and pull. Amazing gonna jump in immediately, gonna follow up, gonna get one on Vinny, and it gets returned. The Kraken it back right back, but Amazing's up again. Gets 2 onto Delena, turning that right back, and they are gonna shove this through as Amazing is finding a ton of value there. Good follow up as Super Gomez takes out TTK and shoves them back into the spawn door. So once again, it is a bit of a trade here as we see an Eye Agamotto right back, does find a few, but it is going to take out Kurova mid-ultimate. That is a ton of value there for TTK. Getting that pick during a strategist ultimate is as much of a trade as you could possibly ask for from Strange, and now Terra looking for that Strange. Down goes Kaluj. This is a dangerous position to be in as the Strangling Prison comes through. Here comes the follow-up to Lena. Terra gonna find 2 as Kurova and Amazing go down. There is that invisible boundary from Aramori, but will it be enough? Kaluj falls from Terra, and again, 100 Thieves are looking really good on these pushes. Still have ult advantage as Kaluj is the only one with one coming back to point. Kurova at about 80% for the next
second here, last moments with a minute left.
Yeah, and this is some good positioning here. I'd like to see that. Obviously, Harvey, just a really good Loki. And having that amount of clones, as Delena going to take Kaluj very early on in the fight. Terra going to be taking out Aramori, and this is looking heavily in 100 Thieves ending this right now with 3 points, or at least taking this all the way through, as they do see a pop-up here from the ultimate from Kurova to try to stall until the team gets back. Now it's all about if there can be a big ultimate, but I'm not sure there's going to be enough as Harvey takes out Crimzo, TTK on Kurova, and that's going to do it for the 3-point push, ensuring a ton with that Kraken impact. And we see Crimzo strangling Prison immediately going to get that boundary with crystals right back at him as the strangling Prison gets returned. Up goes one as the Lana lands on the team, but Kaluj gonna take out Terra, but the numbers back in their favor for Sentinels, who are keeping the pace moving forward and do have ult advantage here as Kaluj is ready to launch his Eye of Agamotto before TTK by about 10%. Aramori with the invisible boundary goes out now. Eye of Agamotto falls up, not sure if it landed on anyone just yet. No picks as we get the return here. TTK gets 3 and does find some success. TTK getting some vengeance there, immediately gets tackled, but a great push off there from the side of SJP to keep TTK in the fight, dodging that Wolverine tackle. It's all about the fight. The last stand gets popped. Not sure the value just yet. Nobody falls. Eye of Agamotto gets shoved away. Well done. Again. Oh my goodness. Really well done by Kurova to keep the team up. Crimzo going to find Terra. TTK, another boundary gets popped, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point as the numbers are heavily in Sentinel's favor. Walking this in, Aramori try amazing. Gets one, follows up with a clone takedown. Make that 2 as Harvey falls. There's the reset on another clone, and Amazing is just going to prep for the next fight. Getting another pick in there right on SJP. SJP goes down. That up. Will they be able to keep the numbers even? Amazing with a nice pick on Vinny, and that is very huge off the rip. Gomez gonna find a few as they do follow up and sweep 5, and that is enough to shove them in. Oh my goodness, 100 Thief holding on to 4 ultimates here, and it looks like they're not gonna be able to use a single one.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Saving him for MRC Season 2, it seems, because right now...
And here we go with the next set of fight. OT, Amazing taking out Terra early like that is very valuable. Trying to keep this moving here, or shutting it down, excuse me, as we get Amazing. Almost got that pull out of the sky. It doesn't matter. Crimzo taking out CTK. 100 Thieves not able to get this around the corner. We're now in OT and must stay on point. The timer slowly ticking. Will they be able to touch? Vinny goes down. Corolla with a great set of push and damage there. Up goes these ultimates. Super Gomez trying to put as much damage into it. Oh, good escape, but it doesn't matter because it's not able to touch as Terra goes down. And wow. Again, Sentinels clutching up in this. Not find success there, but I like the idea on height. Going right into Terra, trying to get potentially the passive out, but no.
I mean, no, but that is just funny. Gomez just kind of perusing the map. 1 minute left to go now. No ultimates yet again. Terra needs to find the kidnap or something. They're all towards the cart right now. Crystal's forced early for 100 Thieves.
Oh, Gomez gonna find Vinny early, and that could be enough. That might be all it takes as Kaluj takes out TTK, and it's heavily looking in their favor now. They gotta stay on point, but it may not be able to happen for them as they are down 2 numbers. And just like this, they take home the W. Sentinels with a clean sweep, going 7